Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Inside of today's video is a very special one. So as you guys may have or may not have seen already, we have reached 100,000 subscribers. So a big thank you to all of you guys that have supported me over the past year. It's been an amazing change since, if you go back to my really old videos, you could see how shy I was, how I really couldn't even form a sentence without like messing up or whatever. I still mess up a lot of times, and now that's just how I am. But big thank you, especially over the past week as well. We've grew so much. Thank you to all the new subscribers that have subscribed, and hopefully we'll continue smashing targets going into 2021. So I could go on for absolutely hours thanking you guys, but I'd really do appreciate it. I just can't wait to receive the big 100k plaque. I've literally been watching YouTube since probably 2011, early 2011 days. I've seen so many YouTubers grow from literally thousands of subscribers. The main ones I can think about, if you guys know, like KSI, Syndicate, those type of people, literally 1,000 subscribers go to like millions, and I never really thought I could even get close to like 1,000 subscribers, 10,000 subscribers, and the goal just keeps going up. So hopefully we can keep the momentum. But yeah, we're going to be doing a Q&A in today's video, and the first question, of course, is going to be coming from Tom, is what code is the best in the Brawl Stars shop? So obviously Tom's been definitely one of my best friends in the community and just in general, and he's helped me so much. So obviously the best code in the shop is going to be Tom. Okay, so moving into the next question, in the background there's going to be some scrim gameplay. Don't take into consideration the comps too much because there are balance changes coming. So this was a bit of just a tryout scrim, just trying out a bunch of different brawlers. But anyway, moving on to the next question coming from Chris Cross. How did you find out about Supercell games? So during school time, probably around, I would say 6 or 7 years ago now, back when I basically do my GCSEs in the UK. A lot of people in my class, especially come lunchtime or break time, we were playing Clash of Clans, and everyone would be doing their war attacks. So that was kind of like a theme in my school. Literally every single lunchtime before I played football, we would all do our war attack, and then we'll go on to play football. That was just kind of thing of learning the Supercell games. And then moving on to Clash Royale, I remember going onto the bus. Well, I used to take the bus from home to school, and someone showed me like, oh, look at this cool game. You can place down cards and like they'll attack each other. They made Clash of Clans, and obviously I really like Clash of Clans, so I gave it a try, and then I fell in love with Clash Royale. And then moving on to Brawl Stars, because I know this question I've probably answered this before, but the way I found Brawl Stars was through the Clash Royale YouTubers. So it would have been the likes of Chief Pat, Molt, Nick at Night, OJ, those kind of people. I think they did a video where they actually flew in person to, I think it was Finland. I'm not too sure where they flew to, but they did like a special episode of playing Brawl Stars, and I just thought straight away like, wow, this game just looks so fun to play. And I was really good at Clash Royale. I didn't really have the money to max my account, so I didn't really like in that sense. It was a bit too pay to win for my liking. So Brawl Stars, I thought if I start this game with fresh off the bat, I could probably max out my brawlers by just playing it a lot, and it was really free to play friendly, so I really did fall in love with Brawl Stars. Okay, so the next question coming in from Ash, she's asked 3 questions. Obviously I can't really go into detail about most of these because most of the information is confidential, and obviously to respect my teammates as well, because we're still trying to look to join an org, but we are speaking to a few orgs. I won't mention who. And then just about why did you leave Tribe? Basically, we didn't really leave Tribe. Our contract expired, and as a team, we just decided we really wanted just to see like what we were worth in value, because just going through the Brawl Stars kind of esports scene, we really just jumped from like Nova just straight away to Tribe. We never really kind of considered any other offers. We never really like knew the value, like how much we should be getting paid, you know, all these like perks that we could be getting. So we just wanted to kind of take a step back, see what we could be offered, and then obviously reevaluate things and go from there. So the next question coming from Galaxy, basically he's saying, do you think PSG Dynamite will be better than PSG Shelly? And to be honest, I don't know yet. We'll have to wait and see how OP PSG Mike is, but I don't think too much will be able to triumph PSG Shelly. So next question coming from Rama, he asked, which games do you play other than Brawl Stars? At the moment, I play basically one game, and that's Call of Duty, and I play that mostly with like the likes of KC, Drage, Curse, Tom. After we've done our scrims for the day, we play a lot of COD. I'm quite competitive with it. I've always enjoyed that game for sure. I do play it on PC now with controller, if you're wondering what I play on. Is your real name Spencer? Yes, it is indeed. One thing about esports, try not to talk about it too much, but it's just known commonly throughout the scene, just with every single esports, that every single player, their full name is going to be out there in some form. Literally, you can find it with every single pro player for Santo and org. So just a heads up on that one. What is your job? Full-time YouTuber. So at the moment, this is my kind of job. I don't know if I can call it a job as such, because I enjoy it so much. And obviously, like esports, the income I get from that as well, it will like go towards obviously a job. I don't really have to pay out too much in terms of like expenses. I do have like a car, but I'm fortunate enough to live still with my mum and dad. But obviously, as my income grows, probably as my YouTube continues to grow, as esports continues to grow, I'd probably potentially move out, maybe with Tom. That's what we've been speaking about pretty recently as well. So maybe we could be moving pretty soon. I probably won't towards the beginning of this year, maybe towards the end of next year. We'll have to wait and see on that. And also the final question from Rama: did you regret gemming in the game at any time? Probably I've spent a bit too many gems. I remember I put like, I think it's like £50 to get golden crow and well, the new golden skin crow, and I was just like, okay, why did I do that? Like, I really didn't need to do that. That's probably my biggest regret for sure. Short question coming in from Paul. He did ask, are you going to do any video with other creators like Tom, Waddy, Drage, etc, etc, etc? Yes, of course, as I'm trying to find whatever org I'm going to be joining pretty soon, and once we get that underway, I could probably start focusing on venturing out with other content creators. Probably just wanted to keep it a little bit simple with just myself for now, because obviously you have to try and arrange like a time to record with these content creators, trying to get fun ideas, especially with Power League coming out soon. I can for sure say that, because it's going to be a bunch of different collaborations with a bunch of different pro players. For sure we can get them in VC, get them on webcam as well. That'd be pretty cool to see. So yeah, for sure. Okay, so next question coming in from Nicholas. Number one, how old are you? I'm 21 years old. My birthday is the 1st of July, and it's actually coming around pretty quick. It did seem like it wasn't too long ago, which was my 21st birthday. I'm soon going to be 22, so I don't really feel that old. Well, it's still quite young, but I don't feel like I'm about to reach 22 at all. I still feel like I'm 18, 17. So yeah, I'm 21. And did you have a passion to start YouTube when you were young? Yes, ever since, I've obviously touched on this a few times, but ever since I was really young, I just absolutely loved watching YouTubers. Like, instead of watching the kind of like Netflix series, that kind of thing, I really just enjoy watching YouTube. I've always watched like the Sidemen ever since they were like starting off small, and just a bunch of other fun YouTubers as well throughout the years. But mainly my passion did start from like FIFA, if you guys know that game, and Call of Duty. They're going to be the two benchmarks that really like made me love YouTube. And then just throughout the years, I've just absolutely loved watching it. And I never really had like a unique selling point as such. I was always just like really shy, really low on confidence. I weren't really like, I was good at most games. I've always been good at like Call of Duty and FIFA, but never like astronomically good enough to make YouTube videos about it. And then I just kind of just fell into Brawl Stars, and then that's where my passion set. So next question coming in from Toby. He asked, what is your favorite brawler? It kind of mixes between Gene and Rico, but to be honest, it probably is Gene, because you just have a bit more fun mechanics. The fact that you can just pull anyone from a certain distance. I just love playing Gene. Absolutely amazing. Number two, who is your inspiration for YouTube? I have a lot of different inspirations for YouTube. If you're talking about mobile gaming, you've got the likes of Chief Pat, OJ, Clash with Ash. There's probably a lot more inspirations for me for YouTube, and I could go on forever, like Molt as well. I've watched him ever since the Clash of Clans days. There's so many YouTubers that have inspired me to do what I do today. But then again, if you're talking about early starts, 2011, when I started watching YouTube, I think KSI, that's going to be a big one for a lot of different people. But KSI, if you don't know him, UK YouTuber, he's been literally, I think we used to watch him in, I remember there's funny stories about this, in my music class. We used to always go like into the corner, like where the teacher couldn't really see us. There was like a few computers, and we would always watch his like funny moments, like us and a few friends. And he was only at like 3,000 subscribers at that time, which is kind of crazy, but it used to be like a little ritual for us to watch those type of videos. And number three, do you have any pets? Yes, I'm planning on regularly, that sounds a bit cringy, but I should be posting more photos of my pets on Instagram at least, because everyone loves my pugs. I love my pugs so much. I have 2 pet pugs, and one's called Hugo, the more chunkier one you'll see on my Instagram if you go over there, links in the description. And then a little one called Eric. He's a little monster. You'll absolutely love both of them. I'll do absolutely anything for my pets. I've been asked quite a lot of questions for pets, so probably just generalize it here, is that I'm a huge dog lover. I love loads of different pets, but dogs specifically for me, literally, I'll see a single dog and my heart just completely melts out. I just find them so cute, and yeah, I'll do anything for my dogs. So next question, Satnam asked 3 really good questions here. Number 1, are you going to continue doing YouTube as a full-time job, and were you not worried you weren't going to be making a living out of YouTube when you first started? Obviously, like, everyone kind of thinks of the money you can make with YouTube and the amount of views, you know, the popularity, that kind of thing. With me, with YouTube, obviously I knew I could potentially make a living out of YouTube. I didn't really know the ins and outs, as a lot of people don't really until you really start making videos. But the first thing with me is just, I really wanted just to start making content, start doing a lot of different pro guides. I got a lot of inspiration from Kairos as well, in the fact that I used to do all these little breakdowns of brawlers, that kind of thing. And obviously being good at the game, I knew there was a market for me to start uploading YouTube videos, so obviously it just kind of grew from there. I'm at a point where I do earn enough money for it to be a solid income, but obviously with YouTube, it is kind of scary in the fact that you can't really slack with YouTube. You can't really like take, I don't know, like a 2-week break, because that can really kill your channel. You've got to be constantly on the ball, daily uploading every 2 days. You've got to be really, really consistent, and that's the big thing with YouTube, and which is pretty scary, as I said. But as long as you keep motivated, as long as you keep grinding out those videos, as long as there's content to make on Brawl Stars, I'll be hoping to make it for as long as possible. Number 2, would you ever switch to a new game or new style of YouTube, like playing Call of Duty, becoming a PC gamer, or start vlogging? 100%. Obviously, as I keep growing with YouTube, once I'll probably start venturing onto different content, maybe come the end of this year. Obviously, I'll really, really want to win the World Championship again. Hopefully, we can do that. But as time goes on, obviously, I can't compete in Brawl Stars forever. I wish I could do content for Brawl Stars forever. I will continue to do that no matter what. But it will be a certain point where I will have to stop playing competitively for Brawl esports. So maybe I can go on to different games as well, vlogging. As I said, I really want to move in with a bunch of my teammates, you know, the likes of KC, Tom. I'd love to actually, you know, get into a house and start creating content with those guys. I think it'd be absolutely epic. If you guys want to see that, let me know in the comment section below. But yeah, Call of Duty, I've always wanted to be like a Call of Duty PC gamer. That would be an absolute dream as well. You know, like full-time streaming as well. That'd be really fun. And then third question, what did you get for your GCSEs? So I can't really remember what, well, actually I can remember what subjects I did get an A. I just, off the top of my head, I do remember. So I did get 3 A's and the rest all B's in my GCSEs, which, if you guys don't know, that's basically, that's just standard to get into the next year. So I did really well in my GCSEs. I didn't really put in too much time on a lot of different subjects. Like, one for me, maths, I used to absolutely love. That's probably my favorite subject growing up. I did get an A in that, and I remember just doing like literally 0 revision for maths because I was a bit big-headed. I was like, oh yeah, I already know how to do maths. I don't need to revise on this. And luckily enough, I got an A. That could have gone really wrong. But I also got an A, I believe, in physics and history, and the rest all B's. Okay, so it's time for the big question. There's been countless amounts of times I've been asked this question. So this isn't a specific question from anyone. I just need to address this. It's been a long time. I did promise you guys, I think at 50,000 subscribers, I would say this right now. So you guys have been asking for a very long time, what does LC mean? And to be honest, I've been playing around with it, and a lot of people already really know. But I've kind of been memeing it, but LC, it's a bit of a boring answer, to be honest. So, I'll tell you the origins of my name. So, in Clash Royale, my name I think it just used to be like Spen or something like that. And then I joined a band called, like, a Tasty Empire, it was called. And I changed my name from Spen to a Tasty Spen. And then I brought that name over to Brawl Stars. I was called a Tasty Spen. And I was like, well, this name just really sounds really weird. Like, I don't think it has like a ring to it. And especially as I started getting a bit better at Brawl Stars and started grinding it, I was like, I think I need to at least redesign my name. So I went really original. I didn't like the fact that I could be called something like, if I was to become like a name other than my name, if you get what I mean, it would have probably been like Hyper or something like that. I don't know. I couldn't really think of it. I just thought every single name, I just really couldn't like the ring of it. So I wanted to keep my normal nickname, Spen. Obviously a nickname for Spencer, my actual name. And then LC comes from, it's actually really boring, it's just my city. So basically all I have to say is that around my area, I do live in Leicester. You guys probably know now. I shouldn't even really disclose that, but it's been known for literally years now. The kind of nickname for Leicester is LC, and I just thought it had a nice ring to it, like Spen, my nickname, then LC's like where I'm from, and everyone used to meme it around where I've like came up from. That's kind of like a thing. It used to be like a catchphrase, like, oh yeah, I'm from LC, like that kind of thing, a bit boring, but everyone used to say it mean different thing. I really like the low-key carries. Maybe I could change what the meaning of it means. Low-key carries fits it really well. I love a few people said it was like love cursed and that kind of thing. You know, it can mean a different bunch of things, but basically it's a bit boring. It means basically Leicester. Next question coming in from Granny. 5 years from now, where do you want to be? And to be honest, I don't really know. It depends kind of how long Brawl Stars is popular for. Obviously, I don't really want what happened with Clash Royale to happen to Brawl Stars, which it had like so much popularity and then just really died off. And obviously, Brawl Stars, I see it being so much better than Clash Royale. No offense to people that still upload Clash Royale or enjoy Clash Royale. Still a really good game, but Brawl Stars just has so much potential, so much replayability, which I feel like it's going to be a game like forever, which I'm hoping for, because obviously I love Brawl Stars. That's why I've got all of these amazing plushies in the background. Spent so much money on those, and I'm still hoping I'll be uploading Brawl Stars by then. But if not, I obviously still want to be a YouTuber, still want to venture onto those things. We'll kind of see how things evolve with Brawl Stars, because I still feel like we're not even at the peak of popularity with Brawl. I feel like it's still going to go up and up and up. It's still not reached the peak, so obviously stay tuned for more Brawl Stars content. And obviously, would you ever consider doing videos about games other than Supercell? 100%. It just depends whether I can make that transition. Probably have to make that transition on another channel, because you probably like the Supercell fans, the hardcore fans are the ones that's followed me here. So probably going to stay for now on, well, for the next like 5 years, hopefully, on at least mobile games, hopefully Brawl Stars, and then we'll kind of see. It's really hard to predict what the future entails. Okay, so moving on to the final question from the YouTube community tab, which I asked for questions yesterday. So it's going to be coming from Penguin. Would you recommend doing Brawl Stars as a career, playing professionally, even if you don't have a YouTube channel? So for me, I probably wouldn't recommend playing professionally unless you move into content. Unless you're like a really good player, you're like top tier, you're one of the best teams in your region. I feel like there's not too much point going into professional Brawl Stars, because even though it's cool to get all this money and whatever else, it's not really like a certain career. Like, it would be a career if Brawl Stars esports was like a league, you know, like a different lot of different esports out there. You know, look at what Clash Royale was last year, that kind of league to it. You've also got like Call of Duty that has its own league, and that gets funding from certain things, and you get like a certain salary. But Brawl Stars, for me at the moment, for it to be like an actual esports career, just solely based off esports, you probably, as I said, you'd have to be like the best of the best in your region, constantly getting them top placements, or probably it'd have to move into the direction of like a league, and then it would look a lot better. But yeah, content is going to be like, I've heard of a lot of different people, a lot of different pro players from a lot of different games have kind of quit esports because there's a lot more money to be made in content. And to be honest, I'm kind of seeing that already. It's not making me want to leave the esports side of things, because I just love competing. I really want to get another world championship. I just want to win no matter what, because there's only going to be like one chance in my life I'm going to be competing for. There's not going to be another chance to compete in another game. I'm just not good enough to be good at anything like that. So yeah, kind of like a broad answer to that one, but for me personally, you'd have to put in a lot of time for it to be worth it. Okay, so now moving on to Instagram questions. The first question asked from Drage, my teammate and one of my best friends in the community. He did ask, what made you interested in esports? So for me, I don't know if he's talking about like Brawl esports or just esports in general. It was Call of Duty again, just from Black Ops. I think it's like Black Ops 2 days, if you guys are familiar with that game. I just absolutely love playing it. As soon as I got back from school, everyone in like my year group would like race home from school, get on Call of Duty, and just sweat that literally from the moment we got home until it was like dinner time, and then all the way until bedtime. It was like the most amazing days then. And then just seeing how good people were at the game kind of just amazed me with esports. It's just the fact that esports shows like the best of the best, and I've got that competitive edge in me. I've played like football ever since I was younger. I don't really play it much anymore, but just that competitive drive for me has made me fall in love with esports, and just the way the kind of gaming scene has developed from about when I was younger, the smaller devices like the Nintendo DS, like going for PSP, from like PlayStation 2, 3, 4, as like PC gaming's developed. Like the esports scene's just grown so much, the infrastructure, and it's just looked amazing to watch, and esports is going to continue to grow, so that's why I just fell in love with esports. So next questions coming from Matty and Cursor. First one with Matty: favorite moment throughout your career? Obviously the cliche one would be winning the world championship. I don't think that I can ever match that unless I win the championship again this year, which would probably be the best time in my career. But yeah, it's gonna have to be that, and probably just the best moments for me are definitely there was a time back, I don't even know how long ago it was now, I think it was like at least 2 years ago now, where I flew out to Germany for the first time. That was absolutely surreal experience, just meeting a bunch of different players from all over the world. That's a really cool moment for me, and again the same in Korea. I just feel like the best moments for me are just meeting the people who you speak to in the community a lot, who you VC with a lot of the times, and meeting them for the first time, it just, honestly, it's amazing, from all different cultures, all different sides of the world. It's just amazing. I really want to start meeting people again, and hopefully after COVID ends, I can start meeting a bunch of different pro players, which I haven't already. And then Curse's question: who is the best player in the game, and why is it Cursed? Obviously, it's not Cursed, is it? There's not really a best player in the game, though, if we're being serious. Like, it's a team game, Brawl Stars. Everyone's always like competing. Oh, this player's the best. This player's the best. But you could be the best player in the world, but it doesn't mean anything unless you've got a good team, and it's a team game. So at the end of the day, I'd rather have the best team in the world than being the best player in the world. Okay, so next two questions. The first one coming from Equack: are you the best cute gene on the game? Let's see that. I don't want to toot my horn too much, but I'd honestly say it is the one brawler which I like comfortably believe that I probably am the best in the world. Yeah. Probably say me or Bobby. Obviously, everyone always says Bobby, but I just absolutely love playing Gene. There's just something about Gene where just it's one of them subconscious things where most of the time I don't even need to aim up. I just know the range of to pull someone, the amount of shots it takes to take them down. Those kind of things. I just really understand every single interaction with Gene. I just absolutely love playing him. And then the second one: what is your overall YouTube goal? To be honest, I don't have like an overall YouTube goal. I just want to keep creating content that you guys enjoy, and I want to reach to a point where I'm obviously making content with the people that I like. Well, it's a bit cliche, but the people that I basically love in life. Well, like the friends I love in life. So like Tom, for example, I'd really love to start making content with him. Or Drage, KC, those type of things. Like, it'd be absolutely amazing. That would be like the YouTube goal for me. It's kind of a goal outside of YouTube, but in YouTube in itself, you know, getting a house, creating content together, posting it on YouTube, you know, just literally living your life, and living your life kind of on YouTube as well at the same time, and just enjoying stuff, traveling the world, that kind of thing. It's a bit cliche, as I said, but that would be an absolute amazing goal for me. For the next two questions, the first one coming in from Sunstars YouTube. He did ask: how are you so good at Brawl Stars? Like, did you practice it a lot, or was it by luck, which is not possible? Yeah, well, obviously, with basically everything in life, you need a little bit of luck, but you also need a lot of hard work. You basically, I'd say, in most industries, with everything in life, you won't really get anywhere without hard work, without a bit of grind, a lot of effort. You've got to put in the time if you really want to reach something. So for me, Brawl Stars, I was kind of, I wouldn't really say luckily enough, but you know, I found the game in the beta period. I just played the game a lot, and then it got to the point where I was starting to get a little bit good, and then, you know, competitions started cropping up with a lot of my friends that I used to play at Brawl Stars with. Started entering tournaments, started getting better and better results, and just finally kind of just spiraled from there. The kind of tipping point for me, I don't know if I spoke about it before in the old video or on stream, was Germany. If you guys are an OG fan, I think it was Germany, Dortmund. It was like a YouTuber tournament where it was the first one of its kind. It was like a LAN event, and you got like put on like a YouTuber's team. You had to compete against other pro teams, and we kind of won that to be on a YouTuber's team, and we got to fly out to Dortmund. That was kind of the stepping stone for me, and from there I just kind of went on. And also, Shadow Light asked how do you enter an esports team, and that was with Nova. So coming off the back of that, I got a good result in Dortmund. If you guys probably seen YDE's analysis on that, I faced YDE in the final, which is actually hilarious because YDE is like one of the biggest content creators of Brawl Stars as well. So it's really good to see us both doing well at the moment. From like, he's going for number 1, he's going number 2. So that was the most OG tournament, and you can just see like how well we've developed in the esports scene, I mean YDE specifically. So yeah, talking about Nova. I was in the Nova esports club for literally since I joined Brawl. They were really popular and really good in Clash Royale. So from the get-go, I was just like, oh, I really want to further myself with Nova. I want to be loyal. I want to be really committed in the community. So I put in a lot of time and effort in the Discord community, a lot of time and effort in the club, the main club. I got to the point where I like went from senior to vice and then finally to like president of the whole band. And I was like, Nova was like #1 in the world in Brawl Stars club for like a year, and I was like the president of it. So that was kind of a cool thing. And then it got to the point where like a Brawl Stars team could be formed, and then there was like an announcement about a world finals for Brawl Stars, and then it kind of just got to that point. We then also had like, it got to a point where I was playing with like North American people. So if you guys don't know, Corey is on the Tribe NA roster right now. I was playing with him. I was playing with a lot of NA people because delay wasn't really that big of an issue back then. And then it got to the point where it got announced that it would be like region split, so I couldn't play with my NA teammates anymore. So I had to finally find an EU team. So we held out tryouts for the likes of, I'll give you a few names, even the likes of Cursed. Back then, tryout for Nova, we had Tom, Cerulean. We had a bunch of different players which don't play the game anymore who were really good as well. We also, I think, I can't even remember actually some of the names. But it kind of got to the point where I was without a team for like 3 months, and I nearly actually ended up quitting the game because I couldn't find a team. And then luckily enough, we held tryouts again, and Tom and Cerulean was in my friendship group in the Arcs Discord, and I just thought, like, it's good for people to have experience in Brawl Stars to be good at the game, but you also want to build a really good synergy with those people. So I kind of just took the leap of faith in Tom and Cerulean, and although I think, actually, I can't remember that at the time. I think Cerulean, I don't know if he won a really popular, like the biggest tournament at that time. I think he actually did with Drage as well. And I think that kind of stepped the stone for some esports like experience. But for me, I just really wanted the team synergy, really wanted to just get on with players. And then if we could build a synergy, then we could build really good team. So that's kind of how I joined Nova. Okay, so moving into the next 2 questions. Probably won't answer too many now. We'll have to wait and see if we can find any more interesting ones. So this one I've been asked probably like 1,000 times, and I've answered it a lot of times on Instagram, and I don't know how many times I need to answer, but do you have a girlfriend? No, I do not have a girlfriend. No matter what everyone says, I don't have a girlfriend, and I don't really plan on having a girlfriend anytime soon either. I don't know why so many people are interested in that, but yeah, take that as you want. And also, when did you meet Tom and Drage? Funnily enough, I actually met Drage way sooner than Tom. It's actually a really funny story. I won't go into it too much because I don't want to embarrass Drage too much, but obviously everyone starts off, well, not everyone, but a lot of people do start off nowadays really young in the gaming scene. And Drage, I think it was around 2017 time, the early beta days of Brawl Stars. We were both in the club of Nova UK, and we met through like playing in the club, in the band, playing a lot of games together. We also had the Discord community. He'd always join in the call, and obviously at the time he was quite young, obviously understood that, and he was like really squeaky, really annoying at the time. But I've always saw potential in Drage as the years go on. He's obviously became such a bright, he's obviously, well, he's really intellectual, as that's what I'm trying to say, and he's got a really good future ahead of him. So I've obviously tried to support him as much as possible. I literally see him as my little brother, and if you guys haven't already, you need to subscribe to him because he's nearly 16 and he'll be entering our roster. So that's enough love for Drage. But yeah, I've literally known Drage for like 4 years now, and he's my little brother that I've never had. Also answering the questions of siblings, I've been asked that quite a lot of times. I do have 2 siblings. I have a younger sister who's, I believe, is 12 years old, and then an older sister who is 24, nearly 25. So kind of different spectrums of the age groups there. And then obviously, when did you meet Tom? I did meet Tom literally, I probably met him, I'd say like 6 months before the World Finals. I can't really remember the exact time, but we just met through Arcs Discord. I've obviously said this before. I took like a break from the game. I also went on holiday for a while, for like a week, and then I came back, and then Tom was a part of our Discord. A lot of people knew him from playing ladder. I didn't really have much time to play ladder because I had a full-time job at the time, but Tom put in a lot of work to get, you know, high on the leaderboards, and we kind of met through them. So next question, viewer playing Tribe again, and how much did you enjoy Tribe videos when you did it? So of course, I really loved being in the Tribe videos. Sometimes I'll probably get a little bit too anxious beforehand just because of that's how I was. I used to overthink so much, but I really did enjoy doing the Tribe videos, especially even though probably the ones that aren't Brawl Stars I probably enjoyed a little bit more than the non-Brawl Star ones, just because obviously I don't really do content outside of Brawl Stars, so it's really good fun for that. Obviously, I literally love all the Tribe people, get on with every single one of them, so I absolutely love doing those videos. And if you were playing for Tribe again, of course, Tribe is an amazing org. Who wouldn't want to be a part of Tribe? And then the next one, when will be the next Q&A? When will the next, sorry, my English is, I spoke too much this video. When will the next Q&A be? Well, it'll be up to you guys. Maybe at like 150k subscribers. Maybe I'll have to do a few like just chatting streams where you guys can just ask me as many questions as you want, and I'll be willing to answer that kind of thing. I'm always open to that. Okay, moving on to the next two questions. First one, how did you think gaming has impacted you both mentally, physically, and academically? So mentally, I would say sometimes it was a bit unhealthy for me to just sit in my game and play Call of Duty for so long. That probably wasn't too good, but I still feel like gaming for me is so underrated and still not really understood by the older generation. But through gaming, I've met so many amazing people which I wouldn't have without, obviously, like all throughout different parts of the world. Like, you guys are literally from everywhere. It's amazing seeing all the comments that you put on my YouTube video, just speaking to different people from VC. You know, just off the back of my hand, I can think of a bunch of like French people that speak in VC. You've got Kirst, who's from Norway. You've got YD, who's from Denmark. You know, I speak to a lot of different American people as well. It's like really cool to speak to all these different people who live in such different cultures. It's just amazing. I love gaming. The community is amazing, and I don't know where I'll be without it. And talking about physically, obviously gaming can have a negative impact on physically, but for me recently anyway, I've not really spoke about it too much, but I've been trying to get into more good routines with exercise, and it's so important to not try and just sit there and just, you know, play games. It's obvious for me to say, but when I was younger, I played too much gaming. I stopped doing the physical side of things and just literally just sat in my room and played games all day because I love playing games. And also academically, I didn't feel like gaming for me got in the way of my academic career, even though when I was younger, I really wanted to do well in school, wanted to go to like university and that kind of thing. And even when I was studying, I was like, oh, I just want to be playing Call of Duty right now. I just want to be playing FIFA right now. I don't think it really impacted my grades at all, because in the end, I knew my grades were really important. I still had to put the time in. For me, the one thing I'd always stress is that you've got to do the things that you don't want to do in order to do the things you want. So for me, you just got to put in the time to do the homework, to do the studying, and then afterwards you can enjoy what you want to do. So after you've done the hours of studying, you can then go on to, you know, play hours of Call of Duty, that kind of thing. Don't do it the other way around, because you'll always leave yourself like a guilty conscience. So at the end of it, next one, are you a simp? No. Alright guys, this is going to be the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed this 100,000 subscribers special. Obviously, I don't think I answered every single question. There's a lot of weird questions, a lot of just random questions, you know, like, give me free Brawl Pass, give me gems, give me friend link, you know, they aren't questions. So guys, gotta stop asking those kind of questions. But anyway, probably didn't answer a lot of ones that you really wanted to know, so I'll be starting up streaming again pretty soon. I know I've said that a lot, but honestly, I've just had a lot on my plate right now, and you guys can ask as many questions as you want in those streams, and I'll 100% be answering. I love speaking to you guys in streams. And then obviously for Q&A specials, maybe like 150k, 125k, we'll do like little small specials maybe. If you guys enjoy that type of thing, I don't know what you guys enjoy, but that's going to be the end of today's video. Hope you enjoyed this one. Again, a huge thank you to every single one of you guys that have subscribed, liked, commented, watched any single type of content of mine. I really do appreciate it, and we'll keep growing it together. I'll keep growing the content, keep putting out the content you guys want, keep helping you guys improve in Brawl Stars, because we all know at the end of the day, we want to be, we all want to reach as high as possible. Like, we want to be getting that #1 power play rank. We want to be getting all of those things. And one big tip for you guys, I didn't really answer in my questions, but So how to improve, you just got to be putting in the time in. A lot of people underestimate the time, but you got to put the time in, and that's the one thing I do recommend for you guys. But that's going to be the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.